welcome to Bring It to the Table, because what happens at the table stays at the table. All right, now, Pastor, you kind of slagging. But no, listen, we just want to thank you all for tuning in to another episode. I'm just joking with Pastor, just trying to keep it light and fun. As you guys know, there just has been a lot going on this podcast. And I just can't keep going forward without addressing the elephant in the room. Like I say, we got to address the big old elephant in the room. So let's have a candid conversation, Pastor. Personally, I just feel like, we hadn't been seeing eye to eye, and things have been going a little bit awry. And so I feel like in this moment that is actually kind of settling down and things are getting good. Are we getting back into that space? Yeah, would you agree?
Well, I think that sometimes, when people get misunderstood, when you carry a certain mantle, heavy is the crown. To whom much is given, much is required.
Oh, absolutely.
And I had to take a step back, and I went to a sabbatical.
Okay.
And was able to kind of, see some things. Some of my parishioners sent me video myself, and I didn't like the reflection in the mirror.
Oh wow, Pastor.
Yeah.
Wow, Pastor. I must say that's very, very big of you. Very, very big of you. I'm like shocked. But hey, I'm all for that, because everybody could be, could have like their moment. I feel like even on this episode, I may have been, doing a couple of things and trying to move forward without us communicating and different things of that sort. And
yeah, you were. You definitely were. You definitely did some things that. But before I even go there, I have to apologize to
who?
First Lady.
Oh, okay. Did something happen?
Yeah, we had. It's been chaotic between her and I,
That explains a lot.
Yeah, you don't know what you have until you don't have it.
Oh, so what? First Lady walked out or something?
I kind of said some things that I shouldn't have said to her, and I'm owning up to it. So I just want to just tell First Lady. First Lady, listen to me. I need your forgiveness and your mercy too. Must be all kinds of crazy for what I've done to you. I hope you understand that my heart is true. Mistakes I've made them, but I'm making change for you. First Lady, listen. Have I learned is the question, not at all. And my answer I have. But if you expecting perfection, then it's not gonna last. This is not an excuse, First Lady. I'm just telling the truth. Baby, I'm so sorry for hurting you. I'm ashamed of me.
Shame for me. Oh.
So,
I'm sorry. I just felt like you may needed a backup. Pastor.
So,
oh, wow.
There it is.
You were really vulnerable in this moment.
Lost my rib.
So she gone?
She's in the guest room.
So she in the house, but you put her in the guest room, or did she move into the guest room?
She went in.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, so I just want her out of there.
Right. And back into
You
the
can
man.
wear the other ring, First Lady. You know. So
Well, listen,
that's
Pastor.
just my declaration to her.
Yeah,
You know, I'm not a singer, but
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to give that to her.
Right. Well,
So.
you know, Pastor, I just want to say, I mean,
And scene. Yeah.
well, all I'm going to say it to this, because, you know, I don't want it to get too personal, is that, you know, I just hope First Lady saw your gesture and just see how serious you seem to be, because, I mean, you shedding tears, Pastor.
No,
So-
sometimes you just gotta, you know, I always tell people, you know, when I do counseling, you gotta know when to say when.
Right.
You know,
Right.
You know, you gotta know when to say when, and that's what just relationships. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Not just marriage, not just dating and courting. I'm talking about friendships, sibling relationships, all of that. You know.
Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta love people from a distance. It's just what it is.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, I mean, this sounds like an amazing segue into the episode, because basically the topic of the discussion is when to say when. When is it time to leave? When is it time to let go? And it's just all relationships, friendships, you know, relationships, romantic ships, family ships, all kind of ships. It's like, you know, how to have a healthy relationship. And to me, it's all about communication. So,
Yeah, I mean,
you know.
Sometimes, you know, when you unequally yoked, the Bible says, how can two walk unless they agree?
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes we are more lenient with the closer ones. And sometimes that's of a detriment to our lives. Sometimes people, you know, you have changed, and sometimes people will never get to see the new version of you, you know, because they are stuck with the old version of you. And they'll always bring up the old version in a language you don't understand anymore because you have changed. And a lot of times, a lot of people won't give you room to change, don't want to see you change. They like the 85 version of you. And they can't deal with the 2026 upgrade. You know, that's why they like to bring up what you used to do, how you used to be, how you used to react to it. And sometimes, you know, like I said, you got to keep it moving, because I always look at it like this. You know, the phone works both ways.
Yeah.
And I always figure, if they ain't losing no sleep, why should I? They snoring, and so do I.
Oh, you snore, Pastor?
I get good sleep. What I'm saying, I'm saying that I don't lose sleep. I don't cry over spilt milk.
Right.
If a person ain't there wiping it up, why should I care? Why should I always wipe it up? Is what I'm saying. Is sometimes you gotta move forward with your life. Don't allow the enemy to play mind games with you. You keep it moving, keep it pushing. Like the kids say, keep it P.
Keep it P.
That's what I think. That's what they said.
Keep it P. Do you know what the P stands for?
I don't know. They just, I guess that's what they say.
Positive.
Yeah.
Hey, I love that. Keep it positive. Keep it P, y'all. Well, you know, I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying, and I get that. And, you know, in a lot of cases, I do agree. But I'm just wondering, like, when is it? This is like a fine line, because it's like, okay, because my thing is this. Okay, you can walk away from relationships or move forward because they don't do your current lifestyle justice, or where you're moving, it does not promote, support, or encourage growth and movement in that area. But what about if you know, have, like you said, siblings or family members or whatever, people that you grew up with, people that you have relationships with or had, you know, does it have to be completely like, you know, I gotta love you from afar? You know, is there ever any space for restoring those relationships?
It takes people. It takes the change of a mindset. You can't have a changed mindset and still hang with the same individual with a different mindset than you that you used to have. See, you get along with people that's heading the same direction. When you pivot and shift and you start to evolve, that's why they say it's lonely at the top. It's a true statement.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times you can't even celebrate with certain people because they take it as arrogance. They take it as you bragging. People that got motion and doing well, oh, those would be the biggest supporters. It's always the people that don't know you, strangers, that will celebrate you. It's the people that you know will hate on you. The people closest to you will hate on you, will not support you.
Yeah.
And you have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with things going on between you, your significant other, and create your bubble. You have to create a bubble, because if you start getting off into caring what people think, man, you that's a lost battle. People always find something. You could change this, change that. You know, they always ragging on me on the internet about my hair. You do this and do that. You should do this. And a lot of them, you know, they struggling. They struggling. Look like 10 miles of bad road. Just bad news. And you see them, you know, and it's like, oh, wait, you're saying that? Wow. So you got to learn how to keep it moving. There's a lot of stuff I don't even pay no attention to anymore.
But what about those situations where, okay, there is a breach in relationship, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you are all the way on the right side of things. I mean, you could have done things to add or to contribute to the broken relationship. So you have changed, you have moved on and all of that, but then there's still like odds or things that may have transpired. I mean, is there anything wrong with going to the person and say, like, okay, look, like, when is it going to be a win? And listen, doing this does not necessarily mean that there has to be like this strong relationship where we're reaching out to each other every single day. But it's like, who is going to be the bigger person to step up and just say, okay, look, we are here in this position, and you know, there are some things that I was offended by regarding you. There are some things that you have been offended by regarding me. And let's just kind of dead all that. I apologize for whatever I done, that da or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even if the person ain't even in the position to receive, it's just like clearing your slate so you can have this level of, you know, freedom.
Yeah.
It's like, what's wrong with that?
Well, what if you can have a freedom about it? You know, sometimes, you know, they always say don't poke a sleeping bear. Sometimes situations are like that. Sometimes you got to leave them alone, let go and let God, allow God to fix situation, because you put your hands on it, sometimes you make it worse. And, you know, sometimes in life, you know, you can have high hopes for things. That's why they always tell you never meet your hero, because it's never going to be what you thought it would be, what it should be. You know, and sometimes you can have high hopes for relationships and it don't pan out, and it do more damage because you were all in and you felt some kind of way, you wanted it to be that, and it didn't transgress the way that you wanted to. And so, you know, you have to be okay with them not responding the way that you want. So it's a roll of the dice, because once you're open and you all in, it's almost like no turning back. Now you have to start over, trying to guard yourself, your feelings and this and that. Sometimes you just don't click with people, and sometimes it be your own family, but you can't allow that to, you know, define how successful you are and how healed you are. You know, you can't allow that to be something that prevents you from, you know, maturing. You know, you know, so like I said, you know, some things are bittersweet, but at the same token, you can chase something, but you know, it doesn't chase you back. That's no fun.
Yeah, and see, and my thing is, I'm still good with even all of that. I'm just talking about the space where there could be a level of closure to a situation but not necessarily meaning we finna get with the building blocks and rebuild this relationship. Some relationships, it is what it is, or the damage is what it was. But, you know, I still feel like there should be a certain level of a heart posture and how you see situations, because you have to allow God to wash your hands clean of the part that you played. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. And it's like, and if those conversations have not been had, that's what I'm talking about. Not necessarily restoring and trying hard to keep a person in your life that don't want to be in your life. I'm talking more about like fixing the wrongs.
But everybody don't feel like they did anything wrong. What if, you know, you can deal with people that be like, you know, some people apologize like this. If I did something to you, I'm sorry. Well, I apologize if you took it that way, if you felt that way. That's I can't, you know. And so when you can't deal with genuine people. Now, and not let's say, not saying that you're so genuine always. I'm saying that it could be already some closure with it, like no malice in your heart. You don't feel no kind of way about the people. You love them and this and that, but you have realized that sometimes you're just not equally yoked with people. And I'm not saying in a spiritual thing. You want two different things in life. You go in two different directions, and that's still okay. Some people don't communicate. Some people are close and they don't communicate. You know, and this polar opposite with others, you know.
Yeah.
I think that mindsets has to shift. Everybody. One thing about it is, if you're holding on to old stuff, there's no way that you will embrace the new version of somebody.
But here's the thing.
You just won't do it, and guess what? You'll be continually trying. It's just like if you got a bad reputation, a woman got a bad reputation, it follows her. Now this woman unchanged. Now in college she could have been what they call them, a 403. You know, a hoe. She could have been one of those, and you know, and guess what? He could have been one. You know, but then you see him later on. That's what I'm saying. It carries reputation. People be like, "Man, I remember you used to." I'm not like that no more, brother. You know, I remember she telling you I'm not like that no more. But as people, we love drama. We love to say what you used to be. You could say, man, you could show people that you're not. They'll, as soon as they get a flash of anything resembles how you used to be, they throwing it up. They weaponizing it. And so sometimes some things are left buried. Leave them where they are. You can love people from a distance. You don't have to have anything in your heart. If people are not built that way, that they want to be close, you have to be okay with that. And I'm not saying that you can't try to, you know, right your wrongs and all that, but I'm telling you, it takes two people. It's like if you trying to reestablish something, it takes two. If a person don't want it, they just don't want that.
Now here's the thing, you're right. You know, it takes two with reestablishing, but I'm talking solely about righting the wrongs. And the thing about it is, a person righting their wrong is not contingent on if a person, the other person is in position or in the right space to right theirs at that moment.
Some people won't give you the opportunity to. You have to be okay with that. That's what I'm saying. You can do more harm to yourself by trying to put your dirty hands on it and try to navigate and try to conduct it. No, I'm going to do it this way. Then they don't respond. Then you steal. And they looking at you like, why you keep still contacting me? I don't want to be bothered. You still, listen, the Lord God is able. And they looking at you like, this had nothing to do with the Lord. Listen, some people just don't fool with you.
Yeah.
Some people, you just not their cup of tea. I can't stand a Negro that's always at somebody's table and you ain't been invited.
Ooh.
Every time hey, what y'all doing? They giving you the wrong address. You still finding it. Oh, you know what, y'all messed up and gave me the wrong address. No, you didn't. They don't want you there, sir. Ma'am, that little outfit you wearing, and you got all types of stuff, you mushroom top, you got meat hanging up. They lying to you. If they was your friends, they'll tell you, take off that tube top. You can't even breathe properly. Take it off. But no, you walking around here thinking you it. They ain't telling you.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't telling you, or you in denial.
Well, I mean,
people can smell your breath outside, but you don't think your breath bad. Mm-hmm. I smelled somebody's breath, one of the parishioners, outside in the winter during a storm. Outside, it's cold. That's when the air is purest.
what it
He
smells?
said, Pastor. I said, man, I thought the sewer main had broke. And he always want to whisper, tell secrets. And I'll be telling him, man, get on. I don't want, hey, you ain't got to get that close to tell me nothing, beloved. Get on out of here. Get on out of here. Every time I'm eating gum, I say, here, a piece of gum. No, not me. What? What you mean, not you? I promise you I wanted to crush up some Altoids and put it in his drink, his water. It's just like, come on, beloved. Come on.
Yeah.
Some people just don't want it.
But I mean, I totally understand what you're saying, Pastor.
Yes, Lord.
I do want to shift a bit and ask you, because I feel like we still have not like really cleared the way about like how things are going.
You got some stuff going on? What's going on?
No, it's not me. It's us. My thing is this, like, I still kind of wanted to talk about like our guests and the structure of our podcast and things of that nature. I want to find out, do you like having guests? Like, we've done had 3 guests thus far.
I like to screen them as well. I just
Screen
don't. I like to be a part of that. I mean, you picking people, you know.
Pastor, I didn't pick the first guest. You picked the first guest, Miss Melon D.
Yeah,
Brown.
and I'm talking about thereafter. But you knew about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a part of the screening process with that one.
No, you knew about it, but that's let's stay because you know.
No. I agree. I see what you're saying.
That's
so
what I'm saying, beloved.
Right. So the only thing I want to ask.
What you did was some Jerry Springer. It could have really went somewhere else, and I think you were like cheering. I mean, you were like.
No.
Oh man, I'm not gonna get into that. But I've seen I look at them comments. Oh man, they were calling you messy and saying, yeah.
See, but here's the thing: I wasn't trying to be messy.
Yeah, you were trying.
No. Let me tell you, it's me trying to bring like closure to situations, and that's the reason why I'm bringing it up.
Well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. I got your ex. Your ex is here. I'm gonna put your ex. Put your. Oh, see, look at it. Yeah, he got some things to say about you, sir. Come on. Could you imagine that? Right. Now look at your face. What? Exactly. Imagine if I did that. Imagine if I had a conversation and they come on here with the hidden agenda and said some lowdown things, and you'll be sitting there looking like.
It's not a hidden agenda. If you could allow me to speak, Pastor, just if you could allow me a moment. What I'm trying to say is this. This is the topic of discussion, and my thing is, and the point that I was trying to make with this is that there could be like issues that's happening in a situation, but you can, if a person is like, look, I'm not going to just sit around and just watch the demise of situations take place. I want people to be free. I want people to be not necessarily on one accord, but just be clear-minded in situations that may have gone too far. So when I saw the situation with Jerry Goodwin, the realtor, my thought was, okay, here is an opportunity for 2 black men to hash things out because it was clearly a misunderstanding. And my thing is, I called you and you didn't answer, I didn't expect you to show up. I thought you weren't gonna show up, so I was just gonna move forward with having the interview.
Still messy.
So the point that I'm not being messy. What I'm trying to say is there's a lot of times where there are situations that's taking the place with relationships, with families, and all kinds of stuff. And then folks on the outside got so much to say about the situations that happens, but they ain't doing nothing to help to like clear or clean up issues. You know what I'm saying? They just sitting back and just letting, folks just stab each other with words and stuff
listen,
like that.
That's not your job. You that could have went so far left, beloved. That's not your do you know what you're doing? You went behind my back and you invited somebody I had some beef with.
Right.
And you brought him here. You trying to fix that some kind of way. It's like if you had something going on with a woman, y'all was arguing and this and that, and I seen it online, and I said, hey, sweetheart, come on to this show, beloved, and y'all need to think you come and been blindsided with her sitting there like, yeah, like I was saying, yeah, there'd have been a problem. Then I'd have been out of order, and that's what you was.
So listen.
You was out of order.
I'm sorry, Pastor.
You're doing way too much.
But listen, my
You wearing your little hoodie.
Listen, I go to Anthem Church, so.
Yeah, well, all I'm saying is,
okay.
You gotta understand your size. You gotta understand that there are no. Listen to what I'm saying.
What are you saying?
I'm saying you have to realize sometimes if you wash something, you're gonna lose a size or two. I would say two. I would say two sizes.
Like, I'm really
you probably lost 2 sizes on the hoodie. When you first got it, it probably was there. It was like, but now, that hoodie.
Well,
I'm just saying.
You know what? I really appreciate the advice on the hoodies. I'm going to keep that in mind moving forward. Thank you.
You almost can't see the H on the church. Yep, there you go.
The H is here.
It's almost.
Wait, there you go.
I'm talking about at the end. There we go.
Anyway, thank you, Pastor. I appreciate you looking out for me. And that's all I was trying to do when I invited Jerry Goodwin.
Okay.
Look out for you.
I'm going to keep that in mind, beloved. Thank you. Thank you for calling the ops and having them on here to further to try to
Pastor, I really think that you guys
defamation
need
of
to meet
character
up with each other.
Yeah, we don't want that.
Is it possible for you all to? You ain't even got to do it on the podcast. If y'all could get together, I can help facilitate.
No, you done enough.
I think you should think about it. I really think that you should think about connecting with Jerry Goodwin. Because I really think he's a good fella. He's a family man, just like yourself, helping people, in his way. And I just think that it was just a total misunderstanding. And for me, I feel like if you have more people in your life that want to help to just make amends, not necessarily let's be BFFs or whatever, but don't just sit around and just watch casualties happen and then want to get in the corner and have these conversations, these silo conversations about the situation and don't do nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just telling you that seeing what happened between you guys affected me. And I'm like, look, they need to get this together. And I'm only just saying it and suggesting it.
But what you did, that's what Jezebel was doing.
Listen,
she was doing stuff.
I wasn't trying to be
I'm just telling you. Did you talk to your husband at home and tell him, say, hey,
I did
you didn't? No, you didn't. No, you did, because I'm sure that man didn't say, go ahead and go out there and get in men's business. Exactly, that's what Jezebel did. Jezebel was doing that. You can't operate in that spirit. You could have caused some damage. Some could have happened.
I get it.
Yeah.
All I'm just trying to say is my heart was in a good place with what I was trying to do.
But you was wrong.
It may not have been the right course of action. I see that now. But all I'm telling you is that my heart was in the right place when I was thinking about what I wasn't being messy. I wasn't being messy. My heart was in the right place, okay? Okay, Pastor?
There we go.
And that was my only question, round robin to the question of did you have issues with us having guests? Because it seemed like every guest there was this level, I don't want to say of attack, because I don't want you to feel like I'm labeling you, but it just was this harshness or hard line of questioning on every single guest we've had here thus far. And my thing is man, folks probably won't even want to come here.
Well, that's fine.
No, I want
Well,
you
I ask stuff
all.
that people want to know. When you had the virgin on here, what kind of virgin
You
are you?
had her here.
Well,
I
what kind of?
welcomed her
Let
with
me tell you
open
something.
arms.
Men want to know that.
Right.
When you get older, men don't want to have that time to be somebody a beginner.
It sounds like she
sitting
was
there.
open to that. So
Well, that's what I said. What
Right,
level
right.
of virginity? There's some virgins that has like Mary, Magna. You know, hey, wait a minute. Then you got some to be like left, no, to the right. How you know all of this? So it's a different level of virgin. They got some called dirty virgins, where
Yeah,
they
you
done
call her
everything. They done everything but up in there. They done did everything. Come on now, come on, stop with the wincing. That's the truth, man.
I can't help it if I don't have these conversations.
There are
regularly.
some that are so on the edge. You almost say,
Oh.
you sure you want, like, they know how to do it, but they just did it yet.
Right.
That's what I said, what level?
Right.
What level are you? You know, she
then
got
it
off talking about pegging, all that other, whatever that was crap was.
Right. And
I wanna
then
talk
the
about
other
that.
guest, Tahara J. who
I
had
was
the-
talking about sorcery. Cosmetologist,
get that out.
astrologist, all of that. That's all witchcraft.
But that's kind of crazy.
That's shape shifting. You shape shifting some. Let me tell you something. You telling me that this person, they come to you and they look whooped. I'm talking about they look exactly what they've been through. You heard that saying when people say, I think God don't look like what I've been through. I'm talking about people that look exactly what the world done did to them. And you come in and you make them look good.
What's wrong with that?
That's not fair.
Well, listen.
That's a lawsuit.
But what I tell
You
you,
can sue
is,
somebody
look,
for that.
I have on one of the brands. I have on Hope, and with that, I'm hoping that we can really get to a common ground and we can move this thing
Well, when you
forward.
take hope off, you look like help. You need help. That's what it looked like. And I'm saying it's not fair. It done been it's a Asian fella that married some woman that she done
Oh, I
had
saw
stuff
that.
done to
I
herself.
think that was in
No.
real.
She had stuff done to herself, and them kids came out looking like little pugs. And he was like, "Look at me and look at you. There's no way them kids are that challenged. Can't be." And come to find out, she had altered her face in appearance, and that's what makeup does. You lay down with one thing and wake up, and she like, you accept me for who I is, and it's like, wait, who you are is on the pillow. That ain't fair. But they talk about men so bad. Oh, you can't, and we don't wear filters. We can't do all that. Y'all filtered up.
Yes, men do wear filters because I done seen some men that go full out and they got
How
full
often do you see that?
lace-front wigs.
How often are you seeing
Okay.
that compared to
Looking
women?
a whole fro.
Compared to women that do it.
Dreadlocks. They look
Yeah.
straight.
How often? But see how y'all react to when men do it, and y'all be laced up.
I don't know.
Y'all wear all types of fitted caps.
I don't know what's happening nowadays with men.
Yeah, and I don't know what's happening with women with these
God, my
pullbacks.
husband bald. I ain't got to worry about that.
With these pullbacks. With these low end ponytails, and they walk around here thinking they just it.
What's a low end ponytail?
When they got about this much hair and the little ponytail in the back. That's a low end.
Was that?
That's a
that
double
wasn't no
Dutch.
dig on me, was it?
I mean,
First of all,
if
my
the shoe fit, if the
ponytail ain't
ponytail
no
fit,
end.
then
Okay,
show it.
Here, look at that. That's a
Yeah.
nice little poof.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
got hair.
Okay.
Pastor.
Well, I'm just saying that's
you
fine.
Don't go there, Pastor.
I'm trying to keep it where we need to go. You making these silent backhanded compliments
Oh, no, I really
and
am
stuff.
not. I promise
Okay.
you, I'm not making no backhanded. I would never do that to you, Pastor. Ever. I would not disrespect
Well,
you
everything
like
I
that.
say it in love.
You know, I mean, I even watched playback, and I'll tell you with my playback, I did used to do the backhanded thing. I don't know. I just felt like something just came over me, you know. But now
got saved.
I had. See, Dad, look what you doing.
No, I'm just speaking.
All I'm saying is now I have gotten to a place where I'm like, you know what, you need to kind of, you know, be mindful of the things you say to the man of the cloth, and just, you know, be mindful, because sometimes you can allow yourself to get carried away. And so, you know, all of those things, I'm saying I'm sorry, Pastor.
Come on.
I'm
Don't
sorry.
do that. That's one thing you have to be mindful is touching people. It's like it's
I just want you to know I was being sincere.
But you could use your words, and you don't have to touch somebody for them to know you're serious.
Right.
Right. That's we don't have to do that.
Yeah. So again, Pastor, like you've given some really good insight, really good information today about like when you feel is the need to just move forward in life and feeling free outside of whatever the drama may be. But my thing is this: do you believe in if there is an opportunity to right your wrong? And then it's like you say, letting God lead and letting God and get your hand off of it. How do you know that like reaching out isn't God telling you to lead? So my thing is this, like, do you feel like having at least an open heart posture?
Yeah, it has nothing to do with your heart. Yeah, you can have an open heart about it, but it takes mindset shift. I mean, it got to be a renewing of the mind. I mean, you can't expect something from somebody that they haven't shifted their mindset.
But what if your reaching out is the seed that's planted to help shift the mind? What if you are not necessarily the waterer or the increase, because God gives the increase, but what if you are the person who just plants the seed, just by an example?
Well,
what if you're that?
You could plant it, but some people dig it up because they don't want
they
don't want your seed.
Make that movement is on them.
Why does that have to?
Because
why does your movement? You can be free with
you.
You could be free without the movement.
Can you sometimes feel that you are free, but you really not?
I'm definitely free. I feel.
No,
I'm saying
overall,
in situations.
No,
I know. I'm not saying person. I'm saying in situations, one can feel free because they feel like they've done, what they can do, humanly possible to fix something. Sometimes I'm telling you, I counsel all the time. Some people just don't value your presence, or they just don't want it. Sometimes time changes, people change, and it's just what it was at the moment. Sometimes people try to rekindle and go back, and when the momentum, it's just like when people are singers and they doing well. Oh man, they were that person in the 80s. Then they stop. Then you see them resurface in the 2000s, and they just the wave, the momentum they had, it dissipated. It's gone. And they try to rekindle it. It just don't work anymore. And I think that's like relationships. Sometimes you got to know when to say when, and not in a malicious way. No malice on your heart. No hatred. Sometimes you just not everybody's cup of tea, and you have to be okay with that. That's what I said. You trying to you RSVP into somebody else's party, and they don't want you there, and you show up, and you like, well, nobody told me we was wearing red. They looking at you like, yeah, for a reason. So you got to be okay with being alone. Sometimes that's where you get to know who you are. You can't be a better person for somebody else, and you know good to yourself, and you don't feel worthy of your own presence. So you have to sometimes, you got to get off to yourself in self-evaluation. What I need to do better. And sometimes that's just relationships. And sometimes you can beat yourself over the head for some things that it's not in your control.
I feel like I definitely understand what you're saying, and I get it. But I also feel like this situation is a case by case. It just really depends, because everybody can't be handled that particular way. In my opinion, Pastor, I feel like there are, like I can identify a person in my life that there is no communication. There was this whole situation that took place, and we don't communicate with each other anymore. And because of that person's mindset and headspace, I just, I'm not feeling led to push myself into that spot. But then there are situations where I have played out the situation in my head and how it happened and I wasn't even the initiator. I wasn't even a part of it. I wasn't even here. But I do remember in the situation, there were moments that I could have done better. There were moments where I'm like, I could have done that better. Like, I was feeling a whole kind of way, and I didn't have it in me to handle that situation in the right way. But I could have done that better regardless of what the outcome, so that I know that at least I did my part. So it's like, now that the situation is far all out, it's like, okay, and I'm still holding and carrying the part that I didn't do right for myself. So it's like, yeah, I do believe it can be freeing. Even if you don't believe that a situation is going to like evolve into something that what it used to be or whatever, it's like you still feel like I need to at least say this part so I can get this off of me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel free now, but I do feel like there are certain situations where you have played a part and maybe the dust has settled and everything is all what it is, but it's like an accountability that I'm trying to take to say, okay, I could have done this better, and I could go to this situation regardless of how they receive it or not or whatever, and just say this part and then move on. And not have any expectations of what to be or what to become with this person or people or whatever the case may be. So that's why I say I feel like it's situational, and I just feel like just remaining open for God to lead in all those different situations, because it's different movements based on people. I mean, and He's using you too. You know what I'm saying? You understand?
Yeah, no, I get it, but sometimes you have to realize that sometimes people can't wait to fall out with you so they can really tell you how they feel about you.
Well, I understand
So
that
sometimes, you be thinking that you in good standing with people, and all along they have a vendetta against you that's unbeknownst to you. You have no clue what's going on. Then it's like when they get back, now it's all this stuff. You like, wait, what? I did that. Wait, when you like 4 or 5? When that happened? 76. 76 is 2026.
Yeah.
And some people want to take you down that rabbit hole. They want to go to the abyss because that's where they dwell. They dwell in the past. So you have to make up in your mind, are you going to allow people to define who you are? I said something before. I said, get delivered from people. I said, stop trying to people please and please yourself. And old people, the internet went crazy. Oh, he talking about, pleasing himself. Let me say this. Let me look in this camera and say this. There's pleasing yourself and there's pleasuring yourself. Pleasuring yourself is something disgusting. Masturbation and all that stuff. I said pleasing, taking care of me first. Putting me first. Pleasing myself all the time. And that's what I mean. But if you so immature and you got all these things going on, you think like, I don't play them game, that pause game. I don't play that game. They be like saying pause, Pastor. I say on the internet, pause, Pastor. They think that, if you eat something a certain way, they be like, pause, Pastor, you can't eat no hot dog.
Pause.
Pause, you said some a double entendre, a double sexual, it means something else in what you said. Like if you say, like a man say, oh man, hey, I'm gonna take him down low. They be like, oh, pause.
Oh.
Or, you say, man, I can't wait to just gobble up me a hot dog or something. They say, pause. Oh, big pause. All that stuff, man. I don't know about that. And you just went, I don't know what you doing in the comforts of your own home.
But, yeah, pause, Pastor. Like that.
Yep, if you wear a hoodie, somebody say, pause.
Pastor, see you going there.
Yeah, you just went there.
And I'm just really, no, I didn't.
You said like pause like that, Pastor?
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got something to do in a minute, so.
Okay. Well, you know what? Listen. At the end of the day, before we round out this conversation, all I have to say is this. And you can have your final words too. I personally just feel like there are so many different situations that can take place in relationships that it's hard to keep track.
Yeah.
So the one thing that I feel is easy to keep track of is what would God do? What does the word say? What does the word say? And if you continue to just keep that in the forefront and move according to his will and his way, then I feel like more times than not, you will hit the mark on how to handle situations regardless of wherever somebody's heart posture is, or however folks are feeling, whatever somebody has said, or whatever somebody has done, or what you have done. At the end of the day, if you always lean on what would God do? What does the word say about this? How should I handle that? Because I'm going to be honest, when it happened to me, I didn't do that. I didn't look in the word. I didn't say Lord, or even counsel God to say, so how do you want me to handle this, God? I ain't do any of that. And so that's my
Why
advice.
didn't you do it?
Because I was so enraged. I felt so wronged. I was so emotional. Like all of that stuff had me drunk. I was drunk for months and months and months and months and months turned to years. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, and after you get up out of that fog, you look up and so much time has passed and you can't even remember all the details fully of the situation that got you where you are now. To me, that's the trick of the enemy. That's exactly what he wants to happen in situations and leave you to clean up the mess. Because once that fog gone, he gone too.
Yeah. You know, the Bible said, come out from beyond among them and be ye separated. Sometimes, you know, I said it earlier, how can two walk unless they agree? You have to protect your anointing. You have to protect your presence, your peace.
That's
and my
true.
peace is everything.
I agree.
If anything is going to disrupt my peace and make me second guess my salvation, then I don't need it. So sometimes you got to separate yourselves, thus said the Lord. And it's okay.
I'm sorry. I mean, I was feeling it over here. Okay. I'm just saying.
Yeah, that don't look like the Holy Spirit. That look like something else.
Pastor, keep going. You was doing you in that pocket.
But I'm out the pocket now. I'm just saying, sometimes it's tough decisions that has to be made to protect your peace.
Yeah.
And your well-being.
Yeah.
You know, mental health is a real thing. If anything is going to make you confused and spaz out and you got to defend yourself, defend your spouse, defend your children. Listen, I'd rather not. I'd rather be in the safety of my home. One thing I love is when I come into a room and people love when they see me. I don't like to be tolerated. I like to be celebrated. And I'm not saying it needs to be a parade every time I walk in a room. But I don't want to have to defend myself.
Come on.
And everything. You know, I just don't want to do that no more. Life is too short. The Bible tell you life is but a vapor. Before you know it, 5-6 years and you ain't sleeping over them. No thank you.
Yes.
If they ain't losing sleep over me, I'm not losing sleep, because it takes two to tango. Everything when it comes to relationships, it takes two.
Come on now.
You know, and if it's just you, then you're doing something wrong. That's in everything. Yeah, people be like, well, hey, stranger, I ain't talked to you in a while. I say, yeah, my phone number hasn't changed. I ain't talked to you in a while, stranger. Then they say, oh, no, I was just, no, you wasn't just kidding. It's when people make you accountable. That's when things get a little sticky.
Folks gotta leave you alone. They can't be messing with you.
I just call a spade a spade. You know, you know. If that's why I said everybody ain't meant to be in your life. Some people are waiting for that opportunity to say, "Man, I already knew." he wasn't like, that's what confuses me a lot. Somebody came to me and said, well, Pastor, people, talking about me, and he got back to my friend. I said, well, how did you find out? He said, a friend told me. I said, that's not your friend. I said, because what friend, if that's like a real friend won't allow people to say anything about you. I said, I'm going to tell you who was talking. That person that told you.
Ooh.
The person that come back, the messenger to say, hey, man, woo, they was get down on you, man. They said this and they said that, beloved. And I'll be like, oh, and what else did you say? What else did you say, sir?
Right.
That's what it is. Because if you got a real one, a day one of them, people wouldn't be comfortable talking about you in front of them.
Well, at the end of the day, it's like if you got to have good people around you, folks
Absolutely.
that's going to hold you accountable. Like when they hear that kind of stuff, they like, okay, now, like you kind of moving in the space of gossip, or you kind of moving here. All right, now you teetering, you know what I'm saying? And just to hold you accountable to your actions and the things that you do to make sure that you stay in alignment.
That make people uncomfortable when you got people that defend you. Oh, they make them uncomfortable. Don't be sensitive about that person. Let me tell you, the same way I feel about mine, they feel about me.
All right.
First lady a pit bull over me.
Uh-oh.
And I the same about her.
All right now.
And our assets, meaning our children.
All right.
They don't play about me. That's the front line of defense.
Come on
and
now.
That's what people don't like. That's where it used to be. You remember families back in the day, they had the Smiths against the Nelsons against the Johnsons, and so on. See, that's what happens is now Big Mama them not here, and that when that happens, the pillar of the family leaves, and you have to watch that.
You speaking that,
so that's why you don't see family.
Folks just lose all of the knowledge. They just don't know what to do, running rampant.
Okay. All right.
Well, listen. I just want to say, Pastor, you have really, really, really gave a lot of knowledge, your perspective, things that you got going on. I also hope and pray, First Lady, that you looking at this episode, girl, because you need to come on up out that guest room, okay? Pastor cried and sang his heart out on this one. So I just want to say thank you so much, for tuning in to bring it to the table. We have truly, truly, truly unwrapped a lot of information. We went kind of deep on today. Hopefully it's helpful to somebody out there. It's enlightening. And we want to hear from you. Continue to like, share, comment, give us suggestions on things to chat about. And if you want to be a guest, Pastor said you got to be pre-screened, but hey,
you just can't have anybody on it. I don't say that.
Reach on out. We want to hear from you. So thank you again for tuning in to bring it to the table, because what happens at the table stays at the table. All right. Bye-bye.
I don't like when you do that. I really don't. That's so. Come on, just cut it.